less of you than I know right now. And just a moment before this one, I didn't know that I could love like this. But in an instant before this, I had convinced myself that I couldn't love you more than I do. But I didn't know that this new generation of you existed. And if I told you that in an instant beyond this one, for the next moments after the next, fractions of seconds after whole ones have passed, I may fall in love with you all over again. Could you believe me? Could you dare to see the ways that I managed to fall in love with falling in love with generations of you that I have never met? See, this is more than a simple love poem. This is a creation story that begins 13.7 billion years ago when you existed as a constellation in consciousness. And before I was able to know your shape, I could wish upon our stars. See, this is more than a simple love poem. It's a creation story, knowable to only those brave enough to make believe. Rewrite all the fairy tales that started once upon a time so that children could play make-believe to a new kind of love. This is more than a simple love poem. And it's true. I might say I love you, or roses of red, violets of blue kind of things may come from me, but this is a love beyond the senses. The senseless way that I love your teacup next to my coffee cup. And you have no idea how far I would go just to make your heart skip a beat. Syncopate your rhythm and sing a cappella to your silence. See, I would follow you to the edge of the bed, but that's where I had to go to cuddle. I would go to your chair in the window if I could fit my spirit into the shape of your smile when you watch the world go by. And if I could just for an instant catch a glimpse of what it is that makes you so peaceful, I would stir it into a cup mixed with honey to soothe me to sleep like good night tea, just so I could dream dreams of who we could be, wake up to reality and lose track of which side of sleep was the dream. So this is more than a simple love poem. This is a creation story, written centuries before you and I were able to touch, in a time when language was only the sensation of taste, when I could know you as a scent, hear you as the sound of peaceful sleep, feel your weight next to me as I rest, but have no words to speak with. And the sound of I love you was created from thousands of little kisses, stolen moments in the kitchen, quiet moments in each other's eyes, my favorite chair, and you with your favorite book. I love you is made even in the dishes, or the way your dirty clothes always seem to land under my feet. This is a creation story, where I love you loses letters and falls in the crevices between our fingers when we hold hands. And when we touch each other, even all the tongues in the world couldn't create a dialogue in our dialect. But we've recreated creation stories in what only looks like a kiss. See, this love is a commitment beyond the senses. Like Rita when the way the sun and the sky fell in love. Or how the moon snuggled up against the stars for the first time just to feel the weight of the galaxy against its rest in the middle of the night. This is more than a simple love poem, because no one would ever know how far I would go just to say nothing next to you. This is a creation story. And less than a fraction of a second before I began speaking, I knew less of you than I know right now. And just a moment before this one, I didn't know that I could love like this. And in an instant before this, I had convinced myself that I couldn't love you more than I do. But I didn't know that this new generation of you existed. And if I told you that an instant beyond this one, fractions of seconds after whole ones have passed, I may fall in love with you all over again. Could you believe me? How far in the possibilities your heart willing to travel? And can you learn to speak in silence, saying, I love you with closed eyelids, kissing the darkness with fluid fingertips, because no one could ever know how far I would go just to say nothing next to you, so that you would feel that I love you. The recreation of each of our generations.